Look, let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever sat alone at night, staring at the ceiling, thinking, why does life keep doing this to me? You work hard, you try to stay honest, you try to do the right thing, and yet, somehow, nothing seems to go your way. Meanwhile, other people who don't even try seem to get everything. If you're someone who feels stuck, overlooked, or quietly asking, why is life so unfair to me? Then listen carefully, because this video isn't just a story. It might explain your life better than anything you've heard before. And hey, if this message helps you even a little, subscribe to Art of Mind and give this video a thumbs up. It tells YouTube to share this with someone else who really needs it. Now, here's the thing most people don't realize. What feels unfair right now might be protecting you in ways you can't see yet. And this is where it gets really interesting. There was once a man named Will. Will wasn't famous. He wasn't rich. He wasn't special in the way movies usually define success. He lived in a quiet town, worked a regular job, and carried something heavy inside his chest, a feeling that life had passed him by. Every morning, Will woke up early. Every night, he came home exhausted. Bills never seemed to shrink. Opportunities never seemed to arrive. And slowly, without realizing it, he began to believe something dangerous. Maybe I'm just unlucky. Look, most people think unfairness comes from bad luck. But psychology tells us something different. Studies show that over 70% of people who feel life is unfair aren't failing. They're just comparing themselves at the wrong time in their journey. But Will didn't know that. All he knew was this. No matter how hard he tried, life never rewarded him. Now, you might be thinking, yeah, another story telling me to stay positive. But look, this isn't about positivity. Here's what most people get wrong. Life is not designed to be fair. It's designed to teach. Fairness is something we expect from people, not from time, and time plays a very different game. One year, Will finally saved enough money to start a small side business. Nothing big, just a simple idea he believed in. For the first time in years, he felt hopeful. Then everything collapsed. A sudden market shift, unexpected expenses, one bad decision after another. Within months, it was gone. The money, the dream, the confidence. Will didn't just lose a business, he lost his belief in himself. That night, he sat alone and whispered, "What did I do to deserve this?" And here's the painful truth. According to behavioral psychology, financial loss hurts the brain almost twice as much as physical pain. So if you've ever felt broken by money problems, you're not weak, you're human. A few days later, Will met an old man at a park. Nothing special about him. No fancy clothes, just calm eyes and a peaceful voice. They talked. Will shared everything. The frustration, the anger, the feeling of being cursed. The old man listened quietly. Then he said something simple but unsettling. What if what you lost wasn't punishment, but timing? Will laughed bitterly. Timing for what? He asked. My life is falling apart. The old man smiled. Exactly. Here's what most people don't realize. Life doesn't reveal its logic immediately. It reveals it in reverse. You only understand the meaning of events after they pass. Think about this. The job you didn't get, the relationship that ended, the opportunity that disappeared. At the time, it felt unfair, but later, you realized it saved you, redirected you, or prepared you. Psychology calls this retrospective clarity, the brain's ability to connect dots only after time has passed. And this is where it gets really interesting. Months after losing everything, Will was offered a temporary job. Low pay, no prestige. He almost said no. Now you might be thinking, Why would he accept something so small? Because here's the thing, progress doesn't always arrive dressed as success. Sometimes it arrives disguised as survival. At this job, Will learned something unexpected. How money actually moves. How people really make decisions. How small habits create massive outcomes. Things he never learned while chasing quick wins. Let's talk about money for a moment. Most people believe money problems come from lack of income. But research shows something shocking. 80% of financial stress comes from poor decision timing, not low earnings. Will learned patience, delayed gratification, risk management. He stopped asking, "How fast can I win?" and started asking, "How long can I stay in the game?" That single shift changed everything. Here's what changed inside Will. He stopped taking life personally. He realized, not every loss is a failure. Not every delay is rejection. Not every closed door is the end. Some are filters. Some are protection. Some are preparation. And look, this might be hard to hear. If life feels unfair right now, it might be because you're early. Not wrong. Stay with me, because the next part explains why your hardest season often comes right before clarity. Most people quit right here. Years later, Will rebuilt. Not overnight, not dramatically, slowly, intentionally. This time, he didn't chase shortcuts. And this time, nothing collapsed, because now he understood something powerful. Life isn't unfair. It's just not finished with you yet. If life feels unfair right now, do this. Stop asking, "Why me?" Start asking, "What is this teaching me?" Zoom out. You're judging your life from one chapter. Stabilize before you optimize. Survival comes before success. Detach emotion from timing. Delay doesn't mean denial. Build skills during slow seasons. That's when they compound most. Look, good times pass, hard times pass. The mistake is believing either one defines you. If life feels unfair right now, it doesn't mean you're losing. It might mean you're being shaped. So be patient. Stay grounded. Trust the process, even when it doesn't make sense. Because one day, you'll look back and realize what felt unfair was necessary. If this story helped you, leave a comment telling us what lesson you took from it. And remember, this is Art of Mind. We don't just tell stories, we change how you see your life. Take care.